Hi, everybody. My name is Wayne Powers, and I came in from Charlotte, North Carolina to be here tonight. And I flew in, but I would have walked for Dave Madden. Dave is, what do you say about Dave Madden? He was a multi-talented man. He was a stand-up comic. He was a sketch comedian. He was an actor. He was a voiceover artist. He was a magician, a mentalist, an author. And the thing was, I used to tell Dave, you're so talented. As he was getting older, he was just doing more voiceover than anything. And I would say, Dave, you really ought to do a one-man show. And he thought that was the most ridiculous idea he'd ever heard in his entire life. But I kept pushing it. And the more I push it, the more irritated he would get about it. And it was one of the few things that would really irritate Dave Madden, is me trying to convince him to do a one-man show. He just refused. So, but besides all of the talents that Dave had, what Dave really was a manager. He was not only a manager of the Partridge Family, when you think about it, but he was also, in real life, he was very proud to be the manager of Jim, Vic, and Shag. Jim, Vic, and Shag. This is the truth. It was billed as the world's largest magic duo. He also managed our castle lunches for all those years, and he was a control freak, basically. He seemed like a nice guy, but he was very bossy when you think about it. He took it upon himself to decide that what I needed in my life was to reinvigorate my childhood love of magic. He decided this, and so he arranged for me to audition here as a magician member of the Magic Castle. And he arranged the whole thing and put me up to it, and had our luncheon group sit back after lunch as the audience, and then he brought in this panel of judges who were the world's greatest magicians who were there to judge my magic act. And so I was trying to do, I do comedy, so I was trying to do a comedy magic. I was doing Lou Costello as a comedian, as a magician, And so, the magic was happening, and Lou was doing, that kind of stuff. Being, the candle moving and all, that stuff. And so I'm trying to distract them with all the magic, the comedy stuff, and they're burning my hands, staring at my hands the whole time, and they're not a smile, a grin, nothing. It was Mount Rushmore. So it's very intimidating. And I'm convinced that he did that to get back at me for trying to get him to do a one-man show. He even managed my going-away party. When I moved out of Los Angeles 20 years ago, he managed a going-away party at his home. I had the whole gang there and wrote music for it and the whole thing. And now, when I think about it, though, it was a going-away party. I was leaving town, maybe never see anybody forever, and it was a little too damn celebratory when I think about it. In retrospect, he was a kvetch, is what he was. He was an irritating man. I talked to him on the phone all the time, and every phone call was the same damn thing when you think about it. You could have played it back with the same phone call every time. It was the same thing. Here's what it went. He called me, the phone rang. I go, hello? He go, hi, Wayne. Wayne, he called me. Nobody calls me Wayne. I hate Wayne. And he would never do it in public. He'd only do it on the phone in private, where I had no witnesses to call him. Hi, Wayne. So I'd say, well, hi, Davey. Didn't bother him a damn bit. And then I'd say, well, so how are you, Davey? And he would say, not very well, as he always did. And so I'd get back at him. The only way I could get back at him was I'd say, well, then, so how's that one-man show coming along there, man? So one of the things he left I wanted to share with you, and this is not me, this is Dave, and to the members of our luncheon group and the people that knew Dave, Dick Gaudier did a wonderful classic caricature of Dave, and Bob Scaff printed it up and had it distributed to each of us, and it's been framed in a place of honor in my office for decades. And I wanted to share this with you, and this is not me, this is Dave Madden and his genius and his wisdom. And it is Madden's 12 axioms for success in show business, if that's what you want. Number 1, rise above your principles. Number 2, find someone who's going somewhere and get in front of him. Number 3, don't allow youth or enthusiasm to get you hung up on concepts of perfection. There are times as an actor when wisdom consists of knowing when to avoid perfection. Number 4, if you are given 2 contradictory directions, obey them both simultaneously. It's the only safe way to point out the mistakes of your superiors. Number 5, if you are on a constant, people above you are on a constant lookout for small mistakes. As a result, really enormous errors will invariably escape them. Therefore, screw up big. Number 6, and this is the end of this parenthetical statement, is number 6, ignore everything in parentheses. Number 7, don't believe for a moment that by having named your demons you have destroyed them. Number 8, trust only those who stand to lose as much as you do if things go wrong. Number 9, don't mistake the script for reality of the end result. In other words, don't eat the menu. Number 10, the severity of an itch is inversely proportional to its reachability. If you've got the itch, go for it. And number 11, Miller's rule of acting, whatever good happens, look as if it were intentional. Whatever bad happens, turn to your co-star in a shocked and disbelieving manner. And number 12, the single overwhelming prerequisite for your everlasting greatness is do something memorable, then die quickly. Now go ahead, you can applaud Dave Madden on that. I will just tell you that Dave Madden was the kindest, most generous human being I've ever met in show business, and there is a very short list of those. He left us way too soon. He was a great talent. Some of us lost a family member. Others lost a true, treasured, loyal friend. But the thing that pisses me off the most is now the whole world has lost the entire cast of his one-man show. I love you, Dave.